Boyka Undisputed is more than just an action movie. It's a story of redemption, pain, and purpose. Let's dive into the journey of Yuri Boyka, the most complete fighter in the world, and see how violence, guilt, and sacrifice push him behind the ring. Yuri Boyka is a professional fighter, now free from prison and trying to prove himself in the legitimate world of MMA. He is focused, disciplined, and completely devoted to his training, not just for glory, but because fighting is the only thing he knows. But during one of his fights, something goes wrong. His opponent Victor dies from the injuries Boyka gives him. That moment shatters Boyka. For the first time, he starts questioning what kind of man he really is. Not just a fighter, but someone who took a life. He learns that Victor left behind a widow named Alma, who was struggling in Russia under the control of criminals. Boyka decides to go find her, not just to say sorry, but to somehow make things right. When Boyka arrives, he sees Alma is working in a community center, but she's stuck. The man who owns her debts, Zurab, is forcing her to stay silent and suffer. Zurab also runs underground fights. He controls people with violence, threats, and money. Alma doesn't want Boyka's help, especially when she finds out who he is, the man who killed her husband. But Boyka doesn't give up. He offers Zurab a deal. Let Alma go and Boyka will fight in this tournament. Zurab agrees, but of course, he has no intention of playing fair. The fights begin. These aren't just matches. They are brutal, raw, and life-threatening. Boyka fights several opponents, each with a different style, strongman wrestlers, dirty brawlers, but Boyka adapts using speed, precision, and brutal efficiency. Between the fights we see Boyka in pain, not just physically, but spiritually. He goes to church, he prays, he bleeds. He's not just trying to win, he's trying to earn forgiveness for what he's done. At the same time, Alma begins to see that Boyka isn't just a killer. He's a man haunted by his actions, doing everything he can to give her freedom, even if it costs him everything. Zurab starts tightening his grip. He refuses to let Alma go, and he tries to break Boyka, mentally and physically. But Boyka doesn't quit. He confronts Alma again and tells her the truth. He came not for redemption, not for forgiveness, but because it was the right thing to do. This is the emotional core of the movie. Boyka isn't trying to fix his image. He's trying to be better, no matter how the world sees him. Then comes the final fight, Boyka versus Kashmar, a monster of a man. Bigger, stronger, and designated to destroy. The fight is violent, long, and exhausting. Boyka takes hit after hit, bleeding and broken, but he refuses to give up, not because of pride, but because he knows Alma's freedom depends on this. With every punch, every fall, Boyka rises again. His entire life is suffering, guilt, and struggle pours into those final minutes. And finally, using skill and sheer willpower, he brings Kashmar down. Boyka wins. He demands Alma's freedom, Zurab refuses, and this time Boyka fights outside the ring. He takes down Zurab and his men in a furious, no-holds-barred brawl. It's short but powerful, not choreography anymore, just survival. In the end, Alma is free, but Boyka turns himself in. He chooses prison again, because doing what's right comes with a price. In the final moments, we see Boyka sitting in a cell, calm, peaceful, like a man who has finally made peace with who he is. Boyka Undisputed is a story of a man who lived through violence and found his soul through sacrifice. Not just a fighter, but a warrior with a conscience. And that's what makes this film unforgettable. And maybe that's the real message behind it all. You don't have to be perfect to do the right thing. Even the most broken people can still choose a change. Boyka didn't erase his past, he owned it. He faced the pain he caused, and instead of running from it, he stepped right into it. It's rare to see an action film that gives you both hard-hitting fights and a character with real depth. Boyka isn't chasing titles anymore, he's chasing peace, and in a world built on violence, that's the biggest fight of all. Thanks for watching. If you like this breakdown, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, or share your thoughts on Boyka and what this film meant to you. See you in the next video.